Hey, Mr. JK here. Sorry, it's been a while since I've been live. Um, Tons of things going on with me, kind of helping family out with certain projects and everything. Most recently, my own at my own place, I was basically helping um my old man out with working on a lawnmower, despite the fact that I knew it was unsafe the way that we were uh, going about uh, taking the lawnmower blades off and to be able to sharpen it, I still went ahead and went through the plans anyways. And I ended up with two fingers that had skin broken through it. And I don't know if you can see it very well, but I'm going to have a dead fingernail. It's basically this one right here. I can't do anything with it. Uh, every single time I touch uh, anything, like put some weight on it or something like that, it hurts. So um, I can't do anything with it, and it's my own fault. I'm not going to blame anybody else. It's my own fault. It's just basically the way that we were doing things, totally unsafe. So, anyways, um, first off, I want to say hi um, to John Pearson and Jacob Peterson uh, and Todd Henson, because those are the three that encouraged me to get on this live chat in the first place. Um, and without further ado, I'm going to get right into it. Um, so basically, there hasn't really been much to do with like actual live sports going on due to the COVID-19, also known as the coronavirus, um, which is why I've had time to actually help family out with certain things. Like one of my uncles had to do some work on one of his harvest on his harvest drill thing. Um, but I did end up being able to watch um, the first two episodes of the 10-part series of The Last Dance, which covers Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls. You know, if there's a way that I'm going to watch something like that, I'm going to watch it because I'm a big time MJ fan. And so, yeah, I basically watched the first two episodes and it's uh, got me hooked on it. I can't wait until the next episode comes out in 2 days. Um, and then I might actually have to catch it like later after it's been on ESPN, and they make it available on ESPN Plus. So I do have to, and on that note, I do have to make an announcement that uh, certain things are going a little bit slower than usual right now. I've had to pretty much get rid of the way that I was able to watch a lot of my sports updates. The the ESPN now, basically the way that I get the ESPN updates is uh, instead of watching shows like uh, Jalen and Jacoby and Highly Questionable and Pardon the Interruption, um, I've I've had to like pretty much go to the app and get it as the articles come in, which is basically around the same time they announce it on ESPN, anyways. And so that's um, basically the way that I have to get my updates now. Um, and another thing that I've been able to watch, because I actually used the regular antenna to watch it on ABC last night, was the draft for the whole coverage of the NFL draft round one, and it was basically amazing of how they covered it. I gotta admit, it did take a while to kind of get going a little bit, but it's kind of amazing how they plugged in the coronavirus relief thing, and um, it's um, how they were able to like go into the different homes of the different coaches and GMs, and um, it's was pretty much I don't want to say it was a relief thing, but it was, I'm gonna say it's different. All right, um, to see that well it was kind of nice seeing the coaches and GMs and owners with their families, in, instead of a whole big, huge convention thing like you usually normally see on the TV. Um, and for those of you that don't know, Green Bay did actually select a quarterback in Jordan Love. Was the name of the quarterback they selected. Um, and then my team, the Niners, was active in some trades as they actually used the number 13th pick that they got from the Indianapolis Colts to trade down to one trade plus get a fourth round pick, which I believe they used the fourth round pick, that is, along with their 31 overall pick to be able to get to the 26th pick. So then they ended up with still only having two picks in round one, but they were a pick 14 and 25 instead of 13 and 31. And they used that to get a defensive player and a wide receiver. Um, it wasn't a wide receiver that I saw the details on at all. Um, I believe his first name is Brandon. I'll pretty much get to know him a little bit more as the season opens up and we see if he does make a difference for the Niners. And there's some there is some rumors that Green Bay will be picking a wide receiver or running back or something like that in the second round because they need a wide receiver to replace um, the one that they ended up losing in. I can't think of the name right. It was Jimmy, the Jimmy Graham player, I believe is Jimmy Graham, I believe is the name of the player. Um, Anywho, the main reason why I came on here was because it's been a while since I've been on here. Um, I believe last time I was on here, I promised you some history lessons the next time I came on here. Well, I'm going to pretty much shut down that promise and hope that I'm able to get some more information because of the fact that I've been busy with helping other uh, people out with, well, like my family members and stuff out with certain projects along the way. And I also have my part-time job at my church that I still have to go to every so often, even though it's because of the coronavirus. I don't have as much hours as I was getting before, but it's it's something. Um, so, anyways, one thing I want to bring up is one of my favorite live uh, chats is the Fumble. Is the show called The Fumble? They actually have it right with being able to um, bring up the topics and uh, giving each person a chance to talk about each thing. That's pretty much the kind of format that I want to kind of put into this kind of show right here. Um, and Mr. JK Presents, but maybe a little bit different flavor as basically this is 100% unscripted as far as how I can control it that way. Um, but shout out to the show The Fumble, as even though it is called The Fumble and it kind of sounds like it would only cover like football stuff, it actually covers pretty much more than football. It covers basketball, baseball, of course, football, soccer, um, and and more as far as sports goes. And it doesn't just cover um, what they hear about on the court or fields. They also, or on the course, so because I do believe they also cover sports like golf and stuff like that. But uh, they also cover things that are happening off the courts and fields and courses, as well as on. And it and they even though that they pretty much take and each person has their own certain segment type of deal to go with. Each individual, the other three individuals, have a chance to plug in on each one. And yes, it does make it a long show to watch a good majority of the time, but it is um, a good show to watch, and it does end up um, being able to bring up very good points and bring up very good facts as well based on the facts that they been able to get. So yeah, that's the show. The Fumble has become one of my favorite shows, and my I gotta say my favorite on there, even though that she's a Cowboys fan, is Britt Johnson. All right. Um, so uh, without further ado, I know I haven't really said too much on here. It's getting close to the time limit that I've pretty much trying to set for myself, and as a favor to you, not go as much further than that. Not sure if I covered it in the last couple of live streams, but it is official as of a couple months ago that um, T-Mobile has bought out Sprint. So kind of um, just kind of look for the Sprint name to totally disappear in time and be merged in with T-Mobile, and basically all Sprint towers become T-Mobile towers. There is a couple of the companies like the I believe it's the Boost Mobile uh, affiliate, and then there's the Virgin Mobile affiliate that was um, owned by Sprint that is set to be sold to Dish Network, and then they're going to be allowed to for 7 years to be able to use the T-Mobile towers so that they can have enough time to build up their network, and then that will create another competitor on top of that. So then there's going to be whatever Dish Network comes up for their cell phone company. There's going to be Spectrum has already started chiming in the game, and then of course there's also the AT&T and Verizon on top of the T-Mobile out there. So um, basically, you don't really have to worry about the competition for T-Mobile disappearing altogether. It's still out there. So without further ado, I'm just going to go ahead and end this. This is Mr. JK signing out. Peace.